All right, welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Global Starcraft 2 League. This is the quarterfinals for Code S, the upper echelon of Starcraft 2 in the world. I am Doa. With me is Wolf.
Hey guys.
Thanks for joining us here tonight. We have got two very exciting matches for you guys. I'm actually thrilled to be here.
I am really excited too myself.
To see these.
This first match especially I think is going to be so awesome. It's going to be MMA versus Oz.
Yeah.
And Oz is kind of like the up-and-comer, the guy who everyone is looking at right now for his PVT. He's playing against MMA, and MMA right now is a little bit jet-lagged. He's been traveling, and his weakest matchup is, I think, it's not even arguable, it's definitely his TVP right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, MMA is like a genius mastermind of TVZ. He's very good in TVT as well, but Terran versus Protoss, that's where he's traditionally kind of lacked a little bit. So to see him go up against someone who's so strong in that matchup on the Protoss side, like Oz, it's going to be great. I know MMA as well. He's actually been a little bit sick for the last week too, so he's just not in the best condition today. Yeah. He's playing his worst matchup. If he wins today, it's going to really, really speak volumes about his skill as one of the top Terrans in the world right now.
Very true. I mean, Oz is a good player. He's got more and more experience recently, but I think MMA is still definitely the favorite here. But it's kind of like all the stars are aligning in Oz's favor, and he's probably sitting in that booth thinking, you know, this is my big opportunity. I could make it to the round of 4 here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where and having watched Oz this season and having, watched a lot of his other games, watching him practice because he used to live at the GOM house a little bit, this guy is so good. I mean, if he won today, even if MMA was in perfect health, if Oz won, I don't know if I'd actually be terribly surprised by that. I'd be like, yeah, it's a little bit of an upset because MMA is MMA. But at the same time, Oz, if you guys haven't seen him play before, you're definitely in for a treat. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. Don't forget about our finals down there. They're going to be on December 3rd.
That's right.
The Daeyoung Hall at Sejong University.
It's a week from Saturday.
Yeah.
It's coming up. It's coming up really fast. The season has just flown by. But actually, we've got a lot of season left after the Code S finals, too. We've got more rounds of Code A. We've got the up and down matches.
And the Blizzard Cup in December as well.
That's right,
so don't forget about that.
A lot of good players coming out for the Blizzard Cup. Don't miss that. I can't wait to see how Stefano does in that, actually. I'm really excited to see how he does here in Korea. That's going to be great. I know a lot of Korean players have been talking about wanting to play against him as well. So the hype is building. The hype machine is already printing out all those little Stefano cards. They're dropping them from planes.
Yeah, Lenok taking a spot in that as well from winning MLG.
Yeah. How about Lenok at MLG? Man.
Impressive play, I have to say.
Yeah.
He exploited Naniwa's weaknesses there in the finals and
you could really
came out on top.
Definitely.
I mean, just that alone is impressive, but just the story of how he got there, beating 5 GSL champions and 3 MLG champions as well, it's crazy.
Well, check it out. Here is our full quarterfinals bracket here. We've got today's matches on top, which is Slayers MMA versus FXO Oz. And then our second match will be Slayers Puzzle versus NSO So Jakji. We've got a lot to talk about with that one as well. We'll save that till a little bit later. And then tomorrow will be FXO Lenok back from MLG. He's going to go up against TSL Alive, a very scary TVZer. And then we're going to have MVP SC versus I'm MVP. That is going to be an awesome TVT. So
just look at that bracket. You know, it's not the most traditional round of 8 bracket you've ever seen. There's kind of like at each corner, there's a top player. You've got MMA, you've got Lenok, and you've got MVP over there. Jakji and Puzzle, neither of those players are really quite as well known as some of the other ones. Alive made it into the round of 8 as well. Not really something people would expect, but Puzzle, Oz, SC, none of these players I don't think anyone really expected to be in the round of 8 of Code S this season.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're really gearing up to have one of the best Code S finals ever, I think. I think the new format is really showing through here is that we've got 2 rounds of group stages, which I think does a great job in kind of weeding out those sort of Code S round of 16 purgatory players that we had, in previous seasons. And people, sometimes have been critical about the best of ones and things like that. But, more people play against more people, which I think at this point anyway does a better job of weeding out those types of players that don't deserve to be in the round of 8. So, I think this is one of the first seasons in a long time where I feel like everyone who is in the round of 8 deserves to be there.
Yeah. And it's cool because there's more testing in a way of how you get to be there with those double group rounds. And
gotta prove it. That's the theme.
Well, we're about to see 2 players who have so far proven it.
Look out, Marine. This is out right next to you.
There is MMA, man. He needs no introduction. The guy who has just kind of popped up a few months ago. Well, I guess it's a little bit more than a few now, but it seems like just yesterday this guy shot up through the Super Tournament, made it to the finals there, and has done quite well at several MLGs.
Shot up or came down in a drop pod?
Yeah, man, maybe so. Like a mule.
Yeah.
Like a Marine in the drop pod upgrade from the campaign.
That's right, from the single player.
Yeah.
I never got that upgrade, did you?
I didn't find it to be necessary. No.
I can't remember what the other one was in that tier, but I always chose the other one. But yeah, there's MMA. He is really, really good. I don't know. What more can you say?
Yeah, I mean, MMA is a guy who needs very little introduction. This guy, though, Oz, member of the team Height Sparkies in Starcraft 1, used to be known as Twilight when he was on the team Foyu. Also used the ID Endless. Didn't show a lot of results until recently, where he has just been showing us some of the best PvT out there.
Well, I think right now he's got some of the best new school Protoss timings that are out there, especially, you and I have talked about this endlessly, being, Terran and Protoss players themselves. The way that this kid switches into Templar on 2 bases is just so much better than how everyone else is doing it right now. We'll probably see it today.
Yeah, we probably will. I mean, he knows when to attack, he knows what to do. Now, one thing I will say about Oz, and we've observed this a lot recently, is that he does get nervous. If he gets nervous, he falls apart so quickly. He falls apart faster than a house of cards, if you will.
Falls apart faster than the Wicked Witch of the West if you pour water on her.
Falls apart faster than a table with 3 legs if you remove 1 leg from it.
That's true. Falls apart faster than any Jenga game I played as a child. Falls apart pretty fast, but we've got 5 maps to play on today, potentially. We've got Crossfire starting things out, Belshear Beach, Calm Before the Storm, Dual Sight, and Tal'Darim Altar rounding things up if we get that far. Crossfire for the first map,
The first 2 maps are actually going to be pretty Terran favorite, I would say. I mean, against Oz's type of style especially. He loves to go for 1-gate Nexus or Nexus first even. And those are 2 maps where that's basically impossible to do that build.
Yeah. Will we see the dreaded 1-1-1? Well, we'll see something soon. The countdown has just ended. The anticipation screen has popped up on Wolf's computer. And soon you guys will see the game. Who's going to take game 1? Slayers MMA or FXO Oz? Let's find out. This is the GSL. And big thank you to our sponsors, of course. Every time I see that code SS, I want to race Hot Wheels cars down it. Down here at the bottom of the map, in the red, from the Team Slayers, we have
Slayers MMA 가소롭군 Protoss.
What? I don't know. That meant something. Something about Protoss. Probably something like Dirty Protoss. That's what I would say. Hey, those guys are from Seattle. Oh, we love you guys too. Those guys are really nice, actually.
They're really nice.
We talked to before the show. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
All right, up at the top of the map from the Team FXO, one of the rising stars of Protoss. It is formerly known as Twilight.
We didn't get to talk about this. We normally don't do intros when this happens.
Yeah.
Oz is 2-gate proxy inside of MMA's base right now. Just FYI for those of you guys.
All right. Tassadar says, this is a risky build. I don't know if you should do this, but
Oz
okay.
is, I said right from the beginning here, he's really nervous. I told that to you, right when the countdown was starting. I, tapped you on the shoulder, whispered in your ear. I was like, he looks nervous, man.
That's right.
And he's just going to start with the 2-gate proxy or wants to get ahead.
Look at those percentages. A lot of people thinking MMA are going to win, and I think they might be right, but we'll see if he can survive this 2-gate proxy.
Well, he has not scouted it, man. I don't think he's going to survive it if he doesn't scout it right now, and he is not.
He is scouting really, really late. He's getting gas. This is not looking good for MMA.
Oh, I think he's absolutely going to be dead here, man. If the first Zealot comes in uncontested, the barracks isn't even done yet. He went for 8-8 gateways, super fast 2-gate proxy, the fastest possible 2-gate proxy. And the first Zealot is out, the Marine is not, and there's no way a bunker is going to finish if Oz doesn't want to. He's going to wait here, though.
That's so smart, waiting for the second and third Zealot, making sure that MMA has absolutely no chance of holding it because if you get 3 Zealots out, there's no bunkers,
absolutely.
2 Marines, you're dead. I'm sorry.
He's just actually gonna GG when he sees that, most likely.
Look at that. MMA is gonna proxy something as well. Too late though.
Well,
MMA.
here they come. The probe coming as well here. The Zealots running in.
Oh, so smart, using 2 Zealots on the mineral line, bringing another one from the other side, maximizing the damage. Don't hit the one with gas, he'll explode.
Well, 2 Zealots still on the way, about to pop out. MMA is looking pretty dead at this point. No longer mining. All of his SCVs out. He's going to use stop position. Oz is going to have to target fire his Zealots.
Oh, he's doing a good job of doing just that as well. There's so many Zealots here. Those 2 Marines not cutting through the Zealots quite quick enough. I think this is going to be
That is absolutely it, man.
Yep.
Everything dies here.
GG.
GG. Oz takes game 1 with the 2-game proxy. I think the decision making to go for that on Crossfire of all maps is probably the smartest decision that we've seen so far, okay?
Well, it's only game 1, but I agree with you, man. I mean, that's the thing. Like you said before the game started, this is such a Terran-favored map. Oz says, I don't even want to play it. I just want to cheese. If I lose, I've still got plenty of games left to play. MMA is like, oh.
This is great for Oz's mentality. So remember, guys, he's a guy who plays sloppy when he gets nervous. We could tell he was feeling a little bit nervous coming into this game. Now he's got up a game, and MMA is the one who's going to have to feel a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really to fault MMA for that game. We have no idea what he was planning, but all he did was just not check. Because why? Oz, sometimes he puts on early Zealot pressure, but not normally from within your own base.
Yeah.
Not something he expected to see.
I don't know why, but this match right now feels like a finals.
It does, man.
I don't know. I have this. I don't know. I can't explain it. I have the same feeling right now as I do during a finals. Maybe it's because I know both of these guys and I know they're both really good.
Well, this is actually
it's such an exciting match.
Well, this is one of the most exciting matches I've ever had the opportunity to cast. I'm really happy to get to cast with you, Doa.
Oh,
but
me too.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, these guys are really good players, and Oz, is a player who's like a newcomer, almost like an underdog, but not quite.
He's like MMA was a couple months ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like just seeing these guys clash here, and Oz is really good at TVP, and MMA may be the better player, but it's his worst matchup, and he's a little bit jet-lagged. It's just like an epic story that's kind of colliding here.
The cool thing, too, is you can already see that Oz, at least, and I'm sure MMA, too, has a strategy planned for this match specifically. He's going to do the cheese the first game, see how it goes, and there's so many big important matches in Starcraft 2 right now where the players just like play against each other. They just play games and then whoever wins wins. But Oz came into this, you can tell, he came into this with a plan. He said, I'm going to do this on the first map, and then if I lose, it doesn't matter because I'm only 1 game down. If it wins, I feel great, like I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
And we're going to move right into game 2.
He looks determined, man. And MMA, not looking like he's lost his cool, looking totally calm at this point.
Yeah, looking a bit subdued even, actually.
Yeah,
he's very tired.
I've heard he's just not been feeling very well recently. He was a little bit sick, basically.
Yeah, that too.
I was told by one of the Slayers managers. So he's not feeling his best, but he's going to try his best here. The next map is going to be Belshire Beach. Will MMA tie it up, or will Oz take a 2-0 lead? Let's find out here at the GSL Code S round of 8.